All right, so it's about to be 4:30, and today I'm going to be working out from home, so it gives me a little bit extra time to get things ready to do some things that I need to do since I don't have to drive to the gym and then drive back home. So it gives me that little buffer room to kind of do anything that I need right now. So, of course, getting our pre-workout and all that kind of stuff ready, and then I'm going to get things set up for today, and then get the workout started. Probably just do about an hour, hour and a half, and then get back in the office and knock out some editing. All right, so as I drink my pre-workout, I'm gonna get chopping away at this video that I've been doing for a nonprofit out in San Antonio. So today I'm just gonna be devoting the bulk of the morning to getting this pretty much from a 2 hour video to a 5 minute video. And so this is going to be the crunching down. And then after this, we're going to start doing music, B roll, color grade, and all that fun stuff. But this has been almost a month in the making, and I think we had about like almost 5 hours worth of footage. So these kind of projects tend to be long and a little grueling. So it's always fun for me to pick up work in between these bigger projects so that, my creativity continues to kind of flow from different project to different project. So it's about to be 5:30. Pre-workout's almost done, and we're about to hit a good stopping point here. If you hear the cat, that's Salem. We've been gone a lot the last few weeks, so he really misses us. And anytime he misses us, he meows the entire night. He normally meows the entire night, but it gets even more intense when we get back from long trips. We were just recently in Houston celebrating Thanksgiving with my father-in-law, so we were gone for almost a week, and as you can tell, he was not happy about that.
My fitness lifestyle, my fitness training completely changed when I did the Austin Marathon. I remember doing that back in, I think, 2023. Um, I just didn't train for it, right? I think I only trained 3 weeks to run the marathon, and I finished it in a little over 5 hours. And that allowed me to see what my body was really made of. It was difficult, and I wanted to give up. I had pulled hamstrings. It wasn't easy, but man, when I finished it, I just, I don't think I got this on camera, but I remember just tearing up and crying as I was getting to the finish line because I didn't think it was ever possible for me to not just run a marathon, but finish a marathon. And so from then on, that's just kind of motivated me to push my fitness in different ways and to train in different ways. And so that's kind of what I do now. I try not to focus so much on ego lifting, but more like just making my body better so that I can live longer, be stronger for my kids. That's the goal right there. One of the things that I tend to think about the most when lifting, especially at the point where it begins to hurt, is the meaning of pain in life. Um, and I remember before I used to hate painful situations, awkward situations, situations that made me uncomfortable, I would say. And since the last few years of not just lifting but just life in itself, um, it's kind of made me appreciate the process of pain and how pain leads to growth. And I would say that's something that I would have never really figured out if it wasn't for the gym. Pain is a process, and if it doesn't hurt, then maybe the process isn't working. Um, because I think if there isn't any pain, then you're not pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, beyond your boundaries, beyond what you're normally used to. And pain comes in a lot of different ways in life. It comes in death and losing jobs, losing friendships, relationships. Health declines. Pain comes in so many different ways in life, man. And the hours and hours that I spend in the gym through probably some of my hardest times and some of my most joyful times as well. But definitely during the hardest times is where I've allowed myself to decompress. I think I've struggled a lot in life through just anger issues and stuff like that, and depression, and the gym was always the place where I could take it out, you know. I wouldn't take it out on people. I'd take it out on the weights. And the growth that I would see in the gym was almost proportionate to the growth that I was seeing in life. And that's something that I don't think I'll ever trade for anything. You know, I think this is why I'm always preaching, like, to have a good life, you need to have a good fitness lifestyle in whatever way that looks. It could be going to the gym, it could be running trails, it could be bike riding, it could be something like that. But I think doing something that exerts your body to the efforts of soreness and pain and, you know, being tired and, you know, loss of breath and stuff like that is only going to make you a better person.
All right, the family is officially awake, so we're gonna be heading out to one of our favorite brunch spots, which is Snooze. All right, so we are back in the office. We spent the morning with the family, running errands, eating some food, having some fun. The boys are officially napping, which means I'm back in the cave getting this edit done because I need to have at least the first draft done by Friday. You know, one of the things I enjoy about working with nonprofits and charities is being able to hear the stories and the lives that are changed through these organizations and through other people. And like literally just editing this the last few days has had me in tears, just seeing how people are coming out of poverty or just changing their lives through other people's kindness, love, and generosity. Especially during this Christmas season, it's great being able to hear stories about lives being changed and impacted through people's kindness and generosity. So if you're somebody out there who struggles with being happy or having joy in your life or fulfillment, I honestly believe if you go and you help and you try to impact other people's lives, it's going to make your life so much better. I mean, the Bible says that it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So in this Christmas season, let's try giving a little bit more and being a little bit more generous, kind, and loving to people out there. And you know what? One of my goals through this Vlogmas series is to just impact y'all, to be happier, to be more motivated, to be more kind, loving, and generous, because that's really what this season is all about. So until tomorrow, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.